Okay, this is the first steam engine I've steamed at home for a while actually, and today I've got for you a MAMOD SE2. This one dates from approximately 1967, so it puts it right at the end of MAMOD SE2 production. It's got some characteristic detailing on it which sort of points us in this direction, not least of which is the hammered green effect paint that we see on the engine frame. This tended to be used right at the end of the 60s. You can certainly find it on Griffin & George SE3s and SE1As and SE2As of the period, and it seemed to be used for three or 4 years until for some reason they reverted back to the minty green engine frame paint. This particular engine is in entirely original condition. It's been steamed a fair bit. I recently purchased it on eBay for about £35. It was a good bargain, I think, really. And then today you see it coupled to a rather nice 1960s, early 60s, late 50s line shaft, which I had a spare one kicking around in a box, practically mint, that one is, and connected to a couple of tools that I purchased recently from Mike Cook, I think, in Coventry. Excellent condition, excellent service as usual from Mike, and these particular tools were extremely good value at £18 boxed for the pair. Anyway, you can see the SE2's getting into its stride now. See, I've got it put together in my usual Meccano workshop setup using some 1950s, late 40s, early 50s Meccano, bolted together to form a very simple little workshop. And you can see the SE2 is having not too much problem at all actually running this little setup. You can see the characteristic little regulator, which obviously disappeared with the introduction of the SE2A and the forward and reverse. Really was a nice little feature, and a very simple one at that, which, you know, in many respects, I think could easily be replicated today if MAMOD so wished. You see the particular regulator lever on this one has a characteristic sort of thicker end to it, very similar to the turn brass whistles which were prevalent at that particular time. So there you have it, really, a nice little example of a late 60s stationery by MAMOD. These particular engines, it's my opinion that engines from 54 through to the late 60s of this particular type are going to become more and more collectible as flat bases become more and more ludicrously priced, in my opinion rather. And I'd well advise anyone to go out there and actually purchase them. They're a nice engine, and you know, they're very much of the period. And you can see some of the points on it, such as the union nut and the superheating, were traits that were incorporated into MAMOD engines right back to their inception in 1937, and they were not to be seen again after this period in the 60s. So if you see one on there, they're well worth preserving, well worth doing up, and I think they will be collector's items for the future. That aside, they're extremely good fun, quite powerful little things, so this one could run several other tools connected onto it, and an immense joy to actually watch them running, and they go down very, very well at steam shows. People always like to see steam, tools, Meccano, takes them right back to their childhood. So there you have it, 1967 SE2 in steam, running a simple butter wheel and grinding wheel setup by a 16s line shaft, and immense fun it is too. And thank you for watching.